New Super Mario Bros. Wii speedrunning has always had one major problem. This is Fred. Whenever a new file is loaded, the Goomba on the World 1 map spawns on one of the four corners of this square. I'll reference these as positions 1 through 4. His starting position is random, and he moves clockwise once after each level. Although you don't always directly interact with Fred, his location affects every full game category in some way. He normally faces down on the world map, so if he moves down, he simply walks forward without any additional animations. However, if he needs to move in any other direction, he will turn to face that direction before moving, then turn back once he is finished. On the any percent and low percent routes, the Goomba moves exactly 3 times, meaning that one of Fred's animations never plays. Because of this, it is optimal to have Fred spawn in first position so that he never has to move up. Positions 2 and 3 are 14 frames slower than position 1, and position 4 is 35 frames slower. In the other main categories, the Goomba spawn position is even more important because you need to get by him during the run. If he is in second position after beating 1-4, you are guaranteed to be able to get past him while avoiding an enemy ambush. If he is on position 3, then an enemy encounter is unavoidable. For the other locations, you're at the mercy of RNG. During Canalys and World 5 runs, the Goomba moves 5 times between the beginning of the run and 1-4, so first position is ideal. He moves an extra time in all regular exits and 100%, so third position is best for those categories. Up until recently, there was no way to manipulate the Goomba's spawn position. In categories outside of any percent and low percent, runners would blindly enter a new file and use the A button to check the Goomba's position, often taking minutes between attempts and losing 3 seconds in the process. Fortunately, that is not the case anymore. For the past few months, I have been working on reverse engineering the SuperGuide input files and have written a script which lets me replace those inputs with the inputs of any of my tasks. This makes it possible to use a hacked SuperGuide file to replay individual level tasks on console. While doing this, I discovered that RNG is set to a specific value at the start of each movie so that all the random events throughout the level will sync properly, and I could quite easily edit this to be whatever I wanted. On November 16th, I was testing this out with some of the levels featured in the Inner Percent tasks, which used a broken RNG seed known as an 8 cycle. After finishing my tests and continuing to play the game normally, I quickly realized that I was still on the 8 cycle. As it turns out, the RNG state has never changed back to what it was before the movie started playing. This means that by activating SuperGuide and resetting the game at a specific point during the movie, you can know exactly what your RNG state is. I immediately started trying stuff, and within 10 minutes, I had a setup. Here is the method of getting first or third position on demand. First, the initial setup. Enter a completed save file and die 8 times in 1-1 and 1-2 each, so that you can activate SuperGuide in both of them.
Oh no!
Then save the game so you don't have to do this part of the setup again. Make sure you also have a blank file which has already watched the intro cutscene and has auto-saved. You need to do the rest of the setup every time you manipulate the Goomba spawn position. To get first position, enter the completed save file and activate SuperGuide in 1-2. As soon as Luigi starts moving, reset the game and enter your blank save file, which will spawn the Goomba in first position. To get third position, do the same thing but with the 1-1 SuperGuide. And that's all it takes to manipulate the Goomba position in World 1. This probably won't be done in any percent or low percent anytime soon due to how little time it saves. However, the time it saves in other categories is certainly worth the setup for. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your runs.